Alright, let's talk about something that's been making waves. Canada and the US are at odds again, and this time it's over a historic library that literally sits on the border between the two countries. The Haskell Free Library and Opera House, a symbol of cross-border unity since 1905, is now at the center of a growing diplomatic dispute. Recently, the US government, under President Donald Trump's administration, made a unilateral decision to cut off Canada's primary access to the library. This move has sparked outrage and concern on both sides of the border, as it not only disrupts a long-standing tradition, but also undermines the cooperative spirit between the two nations. For those unfamiliar with the Haskell Free Library, it's a unique institution that was deliberately built straddling the Canada-US border. A simple black line inside the building marks the division between the two countries. For over a century, people from both nations could freely enter without going through a formal checkpoint. That's what made it such a powerful symbol of shared culture and history. Now, however, things have changed. Officials from the Quebec town of Stansted and the library itself have strongly condemned the U.S. decision to restrict Canadian access. They argue that this action weakens the very foundation of the library's purpose and forces unnecessary infrastructure changes to comply with new border constraints. U.S. Customs and Border Protection has yet to provide an explanation for the sudden move. This controversy comes amidst increasing tensions between the U.S. and Canada, fueled by Trump's repeated threats against Canada, aggressive tariff policies, and even talk of annexation. If that wasn't unsettling enough, U.S. Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem made an unannounced visit to the library earlier this year, where she reportedly made remarks referring to Canada as the 51st state. Her words were met with frustration by Canadians, who felt the comments disrespected their sovereignty. Canadian leaders have not taken these developments lightly. Prime Minister Mark Carney has dismissed Trump's annexation rhetoric as crazy, and has made it clear that while Canada is open to discussions on trade and tariffs, its sovereignty is not up for negotiation. The closure of Canadian access to the Haskell Free Library may seem like a small issue on the surface, but it represents a deeper strain in U.S.-Canada relations. Many, including U.S. Senator Peter Welch from Vermont, have spoken out against the move, emphasizing that Vermont has a strong and valued relationship with Canada. Welch called the closure an escalation in Trump's aggressive rhetoric, warning that it sets a dangerous precedent. What happens next remains to be seen. Will Canada find a way to reopen access? Will the U.S. government reconsider its decision? One thing's for sure, this issue has struck a nerve, and it's not going away anytime soon. In the meantime, Canadians and Americans alike are left wondering why a place meant to unite has now become yet another symbol of division. Stay subscribed for more videos.